Okay, so guys, the next book we are reading is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. It's another realistic fiction, so that means it is not a true story, meaning it didn't happen to someone in real life, but it could actually happen. So the characters are made up, but the story could be possible. Okay, I'm gonna go straight to the first chapter, which is ordinary. Okay, we went over this word when we read Because of Winn-Dixie. Not sure if any of you remember what it means. Ordinary means normal, happens a lot. Out of the ordinary means that it's rare or just happens by chance or not all the time. Okay, I'm going to read the first chapter. Please, I know you don't have the book, but if you do, I like you to read it by yourself after I read mine right now. Okay, I'm gonna begin. I know I'm not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. I mean, sure, I do ordinary things. So again, ordinary, okay? When it says, I know I'm not an ordinary 10-year-old, he's kind of saying that he's a little different than most 10-year-olds, okay? But then he says, I do ordinary things. So even though he's not an ordinary 10-year-old, he still does things like other 10-year-olds would do. Okay, so those things are: I eat ice cream, I ride my bike, I play ball. I have an Xbox, just like a lot of you. You guys eat ice cream, you guys ride your bikes, you guys play ball, and I know some of you have an Xbox. Stuff like that makes me ordinary. Again, normal, just like everybody else, I guess. And I feel ordinary inside. But I know ordinary kids don't make other ordinary kids run away screaming in playgrounds. I know ordinary kids don't get stared at wherever they go. Okay, so he's kind of telling us what makes him not an ordinary 10-year-old, which are things such as this. Okay, he's saying that he makes kids run away screaming when he's like maybe at the playground. People stare at him wherever he goes. So that's what kind of makes him not an ordinary 10-year-old. Okay. If I found a magic lamp and I could have one wish, I would wish that I had a normal face that no one ever noticed at all. I would wish that I could walk down the street without people seeing me and then doing that look away thing. Here's what I think. The only reason I'm not ordinary is that no one else sees me that way. But I'm kind of used to how I look by now. I know how to pretend I don't see the faces people make. We've all gotten pretty good at that sort of thing. Me, Mom, and Dad, Via. Actually, I take that back. Via's not so good at it. So just so you guys know, Via is his older sister. Okay? She can get really annoyed when people do something rude. Like, for instance, one time in the playground, some older kids made some noises. I don't even know what the noises were exactly because I didn't hear them myself. But Via heard and she just started yelling at the kids. Okay, so this kind of shows you that Via cares about him. He is his older sister, and even though the narrator that's telling us the story is telling us he didn't even notice that the kids were making noises, his sister did hear them and she started yelling at them. So she was protecting her brother. That's the way she is. I'm not that way. Via doesn't see me as ordinary. She says she does, but if I were ordinary, she wouldn't feel like she needs to protect me as much. And Mom and Dad don't see me as ordinary either. They see me as extraordinary. I think the only person in the world who realizes how ordinary I am is me. Okay, so boys and girls, extraordinary means amazing. Okay, wonderful. So his parents, his mom and dad, don't see him like a normal kid. They see him as an amazing, extraordinary human being. Okay, so I want you guys to remember that word, extraordinary. My name is August, by the way. I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you're thinking, it's probably worse. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there, guys. I just wanted to read the first part of the book. So again, the title is Ordinary. So something a little bit different from this book than Because of Winn-Dixie and Shiloh is that this book, each chapter does have a title. The other ones, we would read a chapter, and then based on what the chapter was about, when we wrote a summary, I would challenge you guys to come up with the title. Well, these ones have a title. Okay, so for homework, I want you guys to watch this video, listen to me read the first chapter, and if you want to, please challenge yourself to maybe read along with me, because I know this is a harder book than the other two that we read. I don't know if you remember, but this book is level V. Okay, it's challenging, but I know you can do it. Okay, also two vocabulary words that we're going to work on are ordinary and extraordinary. Okay, extraordinary. I'm going to send you guys a sheet that your parents can maybe print out at home. So we're going to have a vocabulary sheet just like we did for Because of Winn-Dixie and for Shiloh. And so far, I want you to think about the characters in this story. Okay, we'll talk about him during our Zoom meeting. We'll talk about the characters, the narrator, which is the person telling us the story, and then details that we know so far just from reading the first chapter. Okay, if you guys have any questions, again, you can always have your parents email me, or you can ask me during our next Zoom meeting. Okay, have fun, guys. Miss you.